Some of you guys are probably creeped out by that thumbnail I just left. That face was priceless. I mean, did you see? You gotta go watch the episode. But anyways, that reaction on King's face when he found out that all the 7 deadly sins threw away their sacred weapons, going like really? Really? But anyways, speaking of King, we actually got this introduction of this episode with him finishing off Gilia, but we all know that she's not gonna die for like the next 50 chapters, and I don't know why. I hate her. I told you in the last episode, I hate this girl. She doesn't die. She's the gene of this anime, and I don't like that. But we also got a finale to their fight for now. And King, using his sacred weapon like a boss, he's spinning it around and stuff, and it's his spear, and he's spinning it around and stuff. Gilly can barely keep up with the anticipation of his movements, and for the sin of laziness, I really thought he'd be slower, but he is fast with that spear. But yeah, we get that finale of that fight, and then once she's defeated, she's not, because she killed herself. And she came into the capital of the dead, while the 7 deadly sins and Elizabeth, they all came with their bodies. So this capital of the dead started to reject their bodies since they were still mortal. I mean, Bond's immortal, but you know what I mean. Started to reject their bodies, so they started to disintegrate and they come back to the world of the living. And Elaine says her final goodbyes to Bond, and that's over with. So then they have Gilia right there, and they don't kill her. They don't kill her. After all you've went through, you're telling me that you're not gonna kill this girl. This is your chance. You know what else they do? They graffiti draw on her face and tie her to a tree. And then when she wakes up to her Holy Knight comrade, she says, "Oh, what's wrong?" And then the guy says, "Well, your face." No, never mind. It's fine that way. Good job. I should at least get some enjoyment out of this, because she's not gonna die. Like, as long as it's messed up to say that I want her to die, you just need to go watch this episode and read the manga. You'll understand. You'll understand why I want her to. But aside from that, we also get King's backstory and like why he cares so much about these sacred weapons. And he got so mad, like that face in the thumbnail, that was just priceless. He's going like, "So where did your sacred weapons go?" Diane says, "Well, I lost mine." And then Meliodas says, "Oh, I sold mine." And then Bond says, "Oh yeah, mine was stolen." Really? He's just standing there going like, "Really, nigga?" But then he explained why they meant so much. So then what he did was he's going like, imagine that you have some water, and you have to put it in your hand. There's a limit to that. Now, if you use a sacred weapon, you can pull as much water as you can out of a faucet or a pool or anything, and you just have a limited power to it. So I'm actually glad to see that there's no limit to how much power you have in your sacred weapon. And then once Hawk got the explanation, he was trucking. Meliodas going like, "How could you lose such a precious weapon?" And he says, "Well, I did need money for the bar." And then Bond says, "Well, I got it stolen when I was in prison, you know." And then Deanna, with their cuteness, she's going like, "My bad, girl, because I got mine lost." And then since King has a crush on Deanna, he said, No, it's good. I mean, people lose stuff. Wow. Wow. And then we have our good boy Gil Thunder coming back. I haven't seen this guy since episode 3, so I'm really glad that I've got to see him again. And he's just flopping enemies there and forth like it's the Red Sea. He's Moses in this episode. He was flopping enemies like it was the Red Sea. And then we also get to see he's going back to his instructor, and they start to explain about the new generation Holy Knights. There were a small group of Holy Knights, bigger than the 7 deadly sins, but it was just a small group. And what the new generation Holy Knights were, they were actually Holy Knight apprentices that found ways to attain Holy Knight power in one night. If you see later in this episode, Twigo and Jericho, they go and drink demon's blood, and they actually get that power. One person's compatible, but they both get the power. Apparently Twigo, he literally thought he was getting power. He's going like, "I have this feeling, this new exploding power. I can feel the power enhancing." And then you see his arms getting bigger, and then you see his whole body getting bigger, and then he just explodes. Literally, he's going like, "This new exploding power. It's so..." Blood splats everywhere going. Wow. Wow, you actually think you had something right there. But then in the end, Jericho gets this new power, and she sort of looks like she's half dead right now because she was coughing up blood once she drank the devil's blood, and then it just went on from there. And then we also got to see how the Byzel Festival Arc had come to place. That new guy, that guy with the green hair, he's new in the manga, but I guess they just did that for promotional purposes. But we're about to finally get into one of my favorite arcs, and I'm really excited for that. But unfortunately, that is how the episode ends here. And thank you guys so much for stopping by. Tell me your thoughts in the comments about this episode. What do you guys think of the 7 Deadly Sins losing precious weapons? And what do you think on King and his really personality? So that's about it for me. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Be sure to comment, hit that like button like it's so thing, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for more anime reviews and gaming if you guys like it too. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, which will be right down there in the description. Go check them out, they're really good. And until we meet again, see ya.